will augmented reality require a new breed of readers? So,
yes.
I'm very passionate about this one.
Sorry.
It's about like the future of what's going to happen with the world, and basically, I feel like it's going to be kind of like you go out to a certain you go out to a pub to get drunk, right? So you go out to a certain area, and they have AR installed, augmented reality, where you can like create your own simulation of something that's happening. Like, if you wanted to like fight a dragon, right? You could make it happen. You could have it like actually happen right there. You have like glasses, you could see it, but you'd be participating in it. So it's kind of like a it's like a way to get active and be in like kind of like this weird simulation of something that wouldn't ordinarily happen. So I think we're going to be going into that instead of people assume that in the future we'll have these like glasses that will like you'll just be sitting there and you'll be like experiencing a thing. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to happen. It's going to be like a thing, an event that you go to with other people, and you can participate in all kinds of stuff like that. So in saying that, I didn't really equate this to reading books, AR. But yeah, this article, right, by Gallicat, they claim that wearable computing will reduce attention spans further, even more so than the Twitter, smartphone, instant information world we live in now. Do you agree that this would happen, that AR would influence writing in general? Yeah, reading, actually. It's a pretty heavy topic.
They already have, like, this is kind of not necessarily like the same topic, but there are books where it's the series called The Infinity Ring or something like that, and it's a middle grade series. It's like James Dashner and like a whole bunch of other young adult middle grade writers who and it's a book that ties into a video game, and so I don't know if that's necessarily like along the same lines, but I think publishers are still trying to like be relevant in the digital age. But I feel like especially like this group of people right here, like I feel like we don't dig that kind of stuff. Like we like ebooks, okay, that's fine, that's as digital as I want to get with reading, but as far as like video games or like an augmented reality, I don't want that.
Yeah,
that's not why I read books.
I don't personally agree with this topic because I think that books aren't going to be influenced by this one jot. I mean, maybe in future, certainly, like books will need to be a bit shorter, a bit more to the point, because people will be like not concerned with reading something like that Dean would read. But this is just saying this is like a doomsday thing that like because of Twitter, where it's like 2-sentence thing. It's because of this that we're all going to lose interest in books. That's what they're saying. So I don't know. Like I think we'll still have paperbacks and all this, but
I don't know. Go ahead.
I don't know. I kind of feel like, I don't know, Twitter and Facebook and all those things are a distraction, but like when I read, I like set those things aside and go read a book. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a problem for me that I can't really focus on a book anymore because I like shorter stuff. So I like stuff that's to the point, like right now, like an idea. That's all I want. So I don't know if I'm just part of that generation that really just wants, really quick stuff, or if it's just like a niche demographic kind of thing. But I do feel that like a lot of people that are going to like the coming generations are going to be like that. They're going to change the form of book because they can't be bothered to get through a huge task like that. They just want something quick, so they just want it compressed down to something really short. So
I don't know. I'm always suspicious of any time somebody's like, it's going to be the end of books as we know it, because books have been around for 1,000 years. You guys, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I think they're
Is this the same article, or I don't know if I read something similar about how at the same time that this sort of augmented reality thing is going to open up a new world of jobs for writers, though, because they're going to need like a whole new crew of people to like write information on things. So if you do, for example, walk up to that pub that you're going to be walking into, and you've never seen it before, you want background information, you get sort of the backstory, the history of it, what type of food they serve, and everything like that. And somebody's going to have to write that, and like across the world. They're going to need people to write all that stuff. So on a positive note, all the English majors out there who are desperate for jobs at this point might have something in the future coming along, I guess.
I think that's kind of what's happening now, where you go onto like Google and you look up a restaurant and you can find the ratings and information and all that. I think it's already there. They just need to transition it to something that happens in real time, so that like with books, right? Instead of just having like a book that you hold and you read, it'll happen in front of you. It'll happen in like, so you can just like make it just appear in front of you, and you can read it like that, so that you don't have to burden yourself with like being in a certain spot to hold this thing. It's just like you can have like a blindfold on, as long as you've got like some kind of glasses or tech underneath, you can still read the book. So like I think that'd be cool, but there's no way that books and all that are gonna disappear, and there might be a huge demographic for new, faster fiction, but there's no way that books are going to disappear. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So, I mean, they've been established, as you said, Sarah, for about 1,000 years, so unless a meteor comes along, I really don't think anything's going to happen. No. Any final thoughts on this topic? I mean, I wouldn't mind hearing what you guys think about AR as a whole. I think it's pretty cool, but there is the risk that it's going to alienate people who read books a bit more.
I think it's cool too, but on the other hand, I'm like really glad that I'm only going to live to be like 100, because thinking beyond it starts to get kind of scary. Yeah. Like at what point the boundary is between the real world and, you know, the digital world. And it's like, I don't know. Like, it'll be cool to see the beginning of it, but I'm kind of glad I'm not going to see like the really advanced stuff down the line. I don't know.
If you want to read a really good book about this kind of topic, and it's really accessible fiction as well. It's by this guy called Max Barry, and I've met Max Barry a few times at like he's given talks at my course, and he's a really, really good writer. He's got a movie coming out called Syrup, and basically he's got this book called Machine Man, and Machine Man is about this guy who gets his like limbs cut off for like cybernetic stuff. Like, it happens in an accident. He accidentally loses his leg, and they're like, let's give you an electronic leg, a machine leg. Mm-hmm. And he realizes that machine leg is like better than his other leg, so he starts chopping off his other limbs and putting on robotic stuff. And it starts to turn into a thing where everyone's doing that, because it's like, if we get rid of our eyes, we could put really nice ones in there, and it turns into this huge thing where by the end it's like everyone's doing that kind of thing. It's really scary, but it's really cool. It's a really cool book.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. Now, Max Barry, definitely read his books. They're amazing. They are fantastic.